Bengals fall to 2-3 on the season after losing to the Detroit Lions here today, 37-24. And although it looks like from a score standpoint that this game was closer than it was, it really wasn't, and it continues to be the same story for this Bengals team. They're not able to manufacture enough points early on in the game that they continue to put their defense in tough positions. Down 14-3 at half makes it really hard for this team to be able to play complementary football, where the offense can go down the field from the start and score, and the defense can play off of that. That's just not happening right now, and that's the frustrating part for Zac Taylor, for this team, for the fans watching. The product on the field right now from the Bengals isn't good enough from anybody. And Jake Browning today, after the game, took responsibility for his performance. And that was the one that really killed this team today. 3 interceptions from Jake Browning really got this game out of whack early on. And Browning took full responsibility, saying, I need to play better. I need to do everything I can this week to find a way to not throw those 3 interceptions. He didn't want anybody else to take the blame and said he feels like he let the team down, and he felt that it was almost sick for him to stand up there and have to address the media. But he is going to look for every option for him to get to play better. But I think the biggest story coming out of tonight's game is Zac Taylor's answer when asked if he is going to continue to have confidence in Jake Browning as this team's starting quarterback. Taylor said, of course, I'm going to continue to have confidence in Jake Browning, but we will continue to look at all options from a personnel standpoint, and said he thinks it's a fair question because of Browning's performance today to ask if that's the best option for this team moving forward. The problem with that is there's not that many quarterbacks just on the street or in the Bengals locker room right now, whether it be Brett Rippon, Mike White, or Sean Clifford. None of those options make you probably feel at this point better than Jake Browning, but who knows? Maybe that they will make a change for the sake of making a change. There is the possibility of making a trade with another team, but of course, that means having to give up draft picks, which the Bengals don't like to do. So they certainly have options. It just doesn't mean that those options are good or going to help them any more than Browning can. So Zac Taylor, that'll be his biggest question for the next 2 days as they turn the page to get ready for Green Bay. Is this team going to move forward with Jake Browning, and does it give them the best opportunity to win? Because, as I said, at 2-3, they've got a game against Green Bay, very talented Green Bay team, and a home game against Pittsburgh on a short week. So they will have to make a tough decision on where they go from that. And on the defensive side of the ball, Zac Taylor continues to say it's hard to evaluate them, and they're doing enough to keep them in games. But at the end of the day, tackling continues to be an issue. And as long as this team continues to give up 100 yards on the ground, 30 points, it's just going to be hard for them to win games. So while the defense is making stops, still not good enough on the defensive side of the ball. A tough day for Cam Taylor-Britt, Logan Wilson. Just not really enough consistent performances from the guys on the defense week in and week out. So the Bengals, again, will go back to the drawing board on Monday as they try and close the page on this loss to the Lions and quickly turn their attention to Green Bay next week. All right, that's it for some post-game thoughts. Be sure to keep it at Cincinnati.com for all of your coverage of the Bengals.